Good afternoon to our viewers, wherever you're joining us from. We're live on CVM TV, and I'm your host, Janae Robinson, joining you from St. Elizabeth Technical. And it's funny that we are here because after the recent passage of Hurricane Melissa, it's almost as if it's a miracle to see football in this parish. As I was talking about football, we have a high-stakes quarterfinal encounter today between St. Elizabeth Technical and Clarendon College, so you're not going to want to miss this one. And speaking of the match, you know, I had a chance to talk to the coaches earlier, so let's hear what they have to say. Coach, St. Elizabeth Technical has built a reputation for resilience and tournament mentality. How important is the mental preparation heading into a high-stakes game, especially following the passage of Hurricane Melissa?
Well, as I said before, though, these two teams always quality game every time they play, and we always try to be relaxed and come and execute. And we are looking for a very nice game today. You know, as I say, our motivation is the people that get damaged in the storm, and this is the only way we can bring back some fun to the parish before Christmas really chip in. So this is our motivation to go forward for the people from St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland.
I'm glad that you brought that up. But as we talk about football, fitness and stamina tend to decide knockout football. Do you believe that your team is peaking at the right time?
Well, as I know, two quality team, the team that need it the most, will always come out victorious. And I think we need these 3 points today.
Okay, Coach, thank you and all the best today.
Big up on yourself.
Coach, CC has looked sharp all season with both depth and consistency. How confident are you in the squad's ability to handle the knockout pressure today?
Very much confident in my youngster, I'll go war with them any day, anytime.
Lovely to hear that from you. Stets, your opponents bring physicality, pace and experience, a combination that's not really easy to break down. What's your key to controlling the tempo and dictating the style of the match?
Well, I am not worrying about what they bring. I am confident in what we are bringing to the table.
A lot of people didn't expect you guys to reach this far, but your attack has been one of the most dangerous in this tournament. Do you plan to go at sets early, or do you feel out the match before opening up offensively?
Just relax, sit tight and enjoy the game. You'll see what we bring to the table.
All right, Coach, looking forward to it. All the best today.
Thanks much.
Well, we are well and truly into the business end of the 2025 schoolboy football season, and this afternoon, as you heard from Jenny, it's an absolute cracker to kick off CVM TV's live and exclusive coverage of the Da Costa Cup quarter-final. Stets clash with Clarendon College live from Santa Cruz, and it's just moments away. Good afternoon, one and all. My name is Lyle Anthony Golding, and alongside me on commentary, as always, Mr. Lige Williams. Lige, first of all, how are you doing today?
Well, I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing very well, actually. It's always a good time when you're anticipating a game of this magnitude. These two teams always tend to face off in really high-pressure situations, and it was no different when these two teams met in the Ben Francis Cup final of last season. I was there for this game, and it certainly was heavily anticipated. Stets going for a record equaling 7th Ben Francis Cup title. Of course, they're now tied with that prestigious mark with Cornwall College, Lyle School, and Glenmuir. And they really, I think, on this day dominated a very young, inexperienced Clarendon College team, and it also was the last game of the Lenny Hyde era at Clarendon College, so it really marked the end of something. Kaim Lewis, he scored the first goal. He will be, a major man for this Stets team. Already 25 goals this season. It was backed up by his teammates as well. And of course, another man who will be featuring today in Justin Hales. He, of course, will be featuring for Clarendon College. He has come over from last year. But Stets, they did it. They got their 7th Ben Francis Cup. They're the team, I would say, that's in a better situation, a better position so far this season. And they have been very impressive. They're on their home patch today. They'll be wearing a chain strip, a white strip. They're a very talented team. They've brought over many players from last season. I mentioned Kaim Lewis, but also Barnett, a player with 11 assists to his name, donning the captain's armband today. it will surely be a very exciting game here in Santa Cruz, as I said, at the St. Elizabeth Technical High School.
Definitely agree, and we've seen, as we said, massive clashes between these two teams. And you mentioned Stets in that changed white strip Clarendon College on the left of your screen. Famous blue kits, and obviously for this year's schoolboy football season, Soccer Express has supplied the jerseys, while Express Sports has sponsored the competition with high quality international match standard football. So massive thank you to our sponsors, Soccer Express and Express Sports. And now, as you see the teams heading out, ready and rearing for battle, Leger mentioned that Stets coming into this game may be the more favored team, and we're going to see just how this one turns out. The teams are lined up and ready, and I believe we're going to have the national anthem. The Jamaica land we love, and in a parish, in a town that has experienced and seen so much devastation. As Janae said, we're so blessed to have some football that we're able to see, and what a match it is in prospect. St. Elizabeth Technical enter this game in flying form. If we just look at the round of 16, 3 wins from 3 in their Group 2, and it was not an easy group at all. Teams like Kemps Hill High, Old Harbour High, and Ocho Rios, who Stets beat handily by 3-0. One of the more impressive results I saw in the round of 16. And if you take a look at, on the opposite end, Clarendon College, they had a much harder time of things getting into the quarterfinals. Drew with Dinthill in the second round before opening the round of 16 with a draw against Gary Maceo and a loss to high-flying Glenmuir. And it was their last game, a big win that ensured that they would stay in the competition and ensure that we would have this clash this afternoon between two of the most historic teams in the Da Costa Cup. And as you mentioned that Stets would be led with one of their star men, Kaim Lewis, 25 goals this season. If you look on the opposite end, when we were watching the highlights, we saw Justin Hales bag a late penalty in that Ben Francis final, and he really and truly has been leading from the front for Clarendon College. 6 goals, 5 assists this season in 11 games, averaging a goal contribution every game for CC. I'm going to be looking forward potentially to fireworks between the 2 star men as the referees ready and rearing to go. Teams ready to go. And kick off. As I said, moments away.
There in shot you can see the danger men, Barnett, number 10, captain Kaim Lewis, who has really developed physically this year and has been imposing his will on the Costa Cup defenses. What can he bring to the table? We're moments away. Alexi Perry will set us off, and he has.
Stets v Clarendon. home field advantage here for St. Elizabeth Technical, and they kicking right to left, get us on the way. Long ball over to this right side, and immediately looking to get on the front foot. Good early defending from Clarendon College, but they failed to get it clear only momentarily, and now they can look to spread things forward. Out here to this right side for Clarendon College. Now driving infield was Jaime Senior. He's kept hold of it, and now they can look to, well, they look to return into him, but Stets win it back. Now Clarendon College go more direct. And somehow the ball has come through there. Dangerous moment, but the offside flag up against, I believe it was Justin Hales, the head coach for St. Elizabeth Technical, Omar Wedderburn.
Yeah, Omar Rambo Wedderburn, usually very stoic on the sidelines. Doesn't get overly excited regardless of how his team is playing, usually I would say.
First action of the game for John Stedman, and he looks to go long, but the referee Alexi Perry saw something he didn't like, blown for a free kick for Clarendon College.
Yeah, Stedman has been involved in a couple of national unders teams, youth teams, from under 15 to under 17 level. Really talented goalkeeper.
And Stets again looking to drive down this right side. Good bit of footwork that time. Free kick is conceded by Deshaun Petgrave of Clarendon. First opportunity for a set piece from either side, and it's going to be Stets' captain DeAndre Barnett to swing this one in on that left foot. Really dangerous position for a free kick. Let's see if he can get it into a good area. And the Stets fans already trying to will the ball into the back of the net. Barnett's free kick. He's got a lock on it, and it's towards the back stick. And you can see how frustrated he is. Didn't get much contact on it.
There was McPherson peeling away at the back post, unmarked as well. That will be disappointing for Clarendon College. And he really should have done better in that scenario, judging by the delivery, judging by the time he had, but mistimed his jump, I think, there in the end. And Janae would have asked Clarendon College's head coach, Devon Anderson, about his game plan coming into this game, and he was pretty coy in terms of saying whether or not he would be attacking Stets from the off, but I think the smart thing to do, although they're employing a high press here, I think the smart thing to do, especially seeing that it is a home game for Stets, would probably be to batten down the hatches early, try and see out the first 20-30 minutes, and then get into their game.
As you said, certainly employing that high press, and they've won the ball back inside Stets half once again. Now they once again will try and fly down this left side. 1v1 situation, shifts it onto his left foot, but good defensive work being done here. Very good defensive work indeed. Prince Perry, right back for Stets, winning his first battle of the game, and will resume with a John Stedman goal kick. Stedman goes long once again. It's another beautiful bit of distribution from Stets' custodian, and they come out with the ball as well. Looking to drive through the middle of the park, shifting it out wide to this left side. Here's Newman. Skips away from a couple of challenges, gets it to Barnett, swings it towards the back stick. It's a lovely ball, and the head up. He just couldn't keep it down. Another fantastic chance for Stets.
And another fantastic chance created by DeAndre Barnett. Free as a bird once again at the back post, and he was there for some time unmarked as well. Made for a pretty simple ball, floated over. This time I wouldn't say the jump was mistimed, but the direction was lacking.
Indeed, it was Kenoy Banton. Just made a perfectly timed run at that back stick. And one more big warning sign for Clarendon College.
Azteca no come now, Mexico no come now. High attitude in my youth. High attitude, my youth.
CC goal kick.
I'm going to play the football again now. Back, long kick, you know. Long shot done with.
Booted long. First header is won by Stets, and now they can look to reload. Maybe build another attack and strive for that slide rule ball, but initially very well defended by Clarendon College that time. Lewis couldn't quite get on the end of it for Stets. And now maybe an opportunity for CC to hold a bit of possession, and it's fantastic composure from their captain Javon Gordon, and now he looks to go along over the top. Stets have an opportunity themselves to now do some defensive work, and do so they have very well as Stedman boots it up the pitch, and we've got a player down off the ball. It's a player for Stets, and Alexi Perry just calling for a pause. And the player down, Justin McPherson.
Yeah, he's the one who would have missed that earlier chance. Probably both of them, as a matter of fact. 2 headers. And Clarendon College must be wary because it's 2 instances, one from a set piece, one from open play, where they have allowed too much space at the back post. From open play, it's certainly a breakdown in communication. From the set piece, you can say the same. But they have to be wary of marking, particularly at the back post, especially when States have players such as DeAndre Barnett, who is able to find those passes in behind. Kaim Lewis, of course, usually they say that he starts as the striker, but loves to drop off, loves to float and go to the flanks as well. McPherson has been much more of a creator this season, 12 assists to his name. Actually one more than Barnett, who, albeit didn't start the season, had an injury as Clarendon looked to get an attack going, but it's actually going to be a throw-in in the end to States.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Barnett's start to the season was disrupted by that injury, but since coming into the team, second most assists with 11. And you can see why early in this game his deliveries have been, on both occasions, very dangerous. Stets once again give it away, and now it's an opportunity for Clarendon College to come down this left side, potentially get a ball into the box, and it's a vital defensive header from St. Elizabeth Technical, and it was Dante Hewitt there. Just got there in front of his goalkeeper, but it's going to be the first Clarendon College corner of the game.
Yeah, you can never be too sure what's behind you in those scenarios. Opted to just get ahead on it. Clarendon College have been pretty dangerous from set pieces throughout this season. As a matter of fact, it's been one of their main sources of goals, especially in these big, tight games. Many talented ball strikers. Looks as if they're concocting something now. Not quite sure if I've ever seen a fake out with 2 left footers, but that's a poor delivery, I must say. Usually when we see those types of set pieces, it's usually a right footer, a left footer. You're not sure how it's going to go in. But 2 left footers on this occasion. Didn't catch Stets unaware, and the delivery was poor nonetheless.
Yeah, Deshaun Petgrave has certainly not covered himself in glory. Had much better set pieces put in so far this season, but he'll have more opportunities going forward in this game, as there's another ball over the top, and that one just a bit too much on it from Jade Lynch into the arms of little Rodney. That's a nice idea, and the run was being made in behind there, as I thought that ball might have gone out, and indeed it did, but the run off the ball there from Kenoy Banton, just looking to slip in behind that Clarendon defensive line.
Yeah, and he's such an important player for this States team, as handball is called against Clarendon. Yeah, but Banton's such an important player because he's the foil for Kaim Lewis. He's a player that allows him to float around, go into those wide areas, drop off a bit. Because he's always doing the hard yards, making those runs. Barnett once more, standing over a set piece.
Barnett's left towards goal actually, and it's bounced right in front of little Rodney. He made an absolute mess of it. And I believe that Alexi Perry has called for the free kick. He's actually just having a word now with his assistant. And you hear maybe what some fans think of it, but another, as we said, very, very good delivery from DeAndre Barnett.
Yeah, it was a good delivery. It should have been dealt with initially, but just a heavy bounce, I think, came for Rodney. I think he was expected to really get that one in his midriff. Actually, a yellow card, I believe, going the way of Kaim Lewis. Not sure if it was something off ball.
It probably had to be, as we're going to resume with, I think it was a free kick that might have been called against Stets' number 7, Reggie Newman, who was the one that was challenging Rodney. Nonetheless, though, confirmation of that booking given the Stets' starman Lewis, and the referee now has come across because he's seen a player down for Clarendon College, and it's their captain, Javon Gordon.
Not quite the impact that Lewis would have wanted to have first thing up in this game. Hasn't really been involved as yet, but does tend to stamp his class.
And certainly for Coach Wedderburn, he'll hope that he can definitely float into some of those dangerous areas and provide some of that quality we've been seeing from him all season. As I said, one of a few forwards in the Costa Cup that has notched up 25 plus goals. A very, very lofty number, and that's a very lofty ball over the top. Headed out, dealt with by Rashawn Sterling. Stets threw it in quickly. There's Banton there just trying to engineer something, but it's going to come out towards Barnett. Skips away from one challenge. Ball towards the back stick. It's a lovely ball. Tries to take it down. It's still with Stets, and Clarendon somehow smuggle it away. What a chance.
Yeah, massive chance. Was trying to bring that one under his spell. Couldn't quite get the connection, but who else? Once again, but Barnett to deliver that telling pass as he wins a foul over on the left-hand side. Did well to evade his challenge here and immediately looked up. Excellent pass over the top, but just couldn't quite control that one effectively. As Barnett is taking off set piece duty momentarily for this one, opting for the in-swinger. The angle certainly does favor it.
They're going to take this one quickly. It's into another fantastic area. It was Raheem White with the delivery. And again, Clarendon College doing their defensive duties. Get it clear. But White is going to have another opportunity for an in-swinger here on the resulting corner kick. 14 minutes played in this game. No goals just yet. Stets though looking to open the scoring here. Wind howling inside of the stadium as another great delivery. This time it's dealt with momentarily by Liddell Rodney. Headed out and then cleared by Clarendon College. And now can they look to counter-attack? But it's brilliant. Brilliant work to keep hold of it by Stets. And it's a delivery towards the box. That one not up to the standard they've set so far. And Rodney can settle things down for Clarendon College.
Yeah, this time comfortably holding on to that one.
Again, Clarendon College looking to go a bit more direct, but initial pass was a poor one. Their second effort though has got them the ball back, but they've got to keep hold of it as Stets look to put the pressure on, and CC give it right back. Deflection on that pass, still with Stets. And now they look to try and spear one in behind again as Clarendon defensive line sort of midway into their own half. Newman couldn't keep that one in. It's going to be actually going to be a Stets throw in though.
You're not quite sure Newman was aware of that effort he put into try and keep that one in play.
And some pressure now being put on by Clarendon College. Sets have to be sure here, and Dante Hewitt was sure in his clearance. Maybe I have to credit him with a pass because he found its mark, and it's a lovely reverse from Stets, but just couldn't find a runner making his way onto the end of it. But Alexi Perry has seen a foul off the ball, and it's going to be a Stets free kick against Anthony Reid of Clarendon College.
And Clarendon College have been doing that well, especially using a press trigger for whenever Stets turn the ball backwards. But Stets have done pretty well so far in getting out of that pressure. And have launched many attacks as they do right now.
And Hewitt takes the free kick quickly, lovely touch from Barnett, and he's looking for the delivery again, and you can see he's strutting his stuff at the moment. Looks so confident on the ball. That time nobody on the same wavelength though.
Yeah, really is a talented player, Barnett. Only 16 minutes in, and we've seen several examples of his creative nous. And certainly is a player that Stets hope can lead them to the promised land. This would be a big step towards that, a victory here against Clarendon College. One of their toughest assignments in this Da Costa Cup quarter-final group. Of course, Dinthill and Christiana also in this group. That game going on simultaneously as this one. That's going to be a foul.
Yeah, it was a late challenge by Raheem White. A bit reckless. And the first free kick opportunity for Clarendon College. And you spoke about some of the prowess that they have over dead balls. And it is going to be Petgrave once again.
Yeah, we've seen him, particularly in past TV games against Dinthill, threatened from this distance. Pretty much any distance, to be honest. Let's see what he can serve up now. There's actually a goalkeeper down. It's Rodney for Clarendon College. Devon Anderson taking this opportunity to speak to some of his troops as well, or maybe they're getting some refreshments. It is a hot day here at St. Elizabeth Technical. The weather here, I always tell people, it's very unique. 1 minute it's some of the hottest sun you will ever experience, the next it's howling wind and rain. I'm hoping we'll escape that today, of course, but always something to look out for here at Stets.
And he spoke about Stets' this group in the quarterfinals. Some familiar teams, Dinthill and Clarendon College, obviously already have gone to battle in this year's Da Costa Cup with Lenny the Teacher Hyde and his new team Dinthill playing out a 0-0 draw with Clarendon College. That's going to be another fascinating fixture to look forward to, but this one a massive game in Group B because, you know, Lidge, we've spoken off camera about it. You know, I fancy Stets as maybe one of the favorites to win the Da Costa Cup, and you know, you've had your thoughts about them as well as their prospects in the competition.
Yeah, most definitely. A few weeks ago, actually, around the round of 32, speaking on CVM pitch side, I was saying that I fancy probably a Glenmuir Stets final. Of course, that's still very much a possibility, especially if both teams were to win their group. But still so much football to be played. But judging off what we've seen so far in the competition and the start they've had.
As we take a break, and Petgrave goes for the strike. Didn't quite catch that one how he wanted to.
Yeah, I made sure to pause just in case my soliloquy was interrupted by a stunner from Petgrave. Unfortunately for him, that one was miscued. Got the power, but the direction was lacking. Good, very good defensive header turned into a good pass for Clarendon College. And they look to come forward once again, but the ball over the top. That one had a bit too much loft on it. It's into the welcoming arms of John Stedman. Stets again looking to come forward on this right side, and they've won another free kick. And it's been fairly stop-start this affair so far, 20 minutes in, and as Ligier said, so much football still to play.
Not just in this game, but in the competition. And with all the football on display, we'll have your updates as they come in with goals, both in the Da Costa Cup and the Manning Cup this afternoon. And Stets, I thought they might have been in, but again, another foul. And Alexi Perez had a lot to do so far in this game.
Yeah, many games being played simultaneously with this one in the Da Costa Cup and in the Manning Cup as well. Mentioned the other two teams in Group B, Dinthill and Christiana, facing off at Dinthill Technical. In Group A, we also have Action Cornwall taking on McGraw High at Cornwall. Game going on right now, and Glenmuir taking on Kemps Hill. A repeat of their Zone I clash. Well, clashes, but this one at Glenmuir High. A reminder that Kemps Hill are actually one of the teams that would have beaten Glenmuir this season by a 0-0. Stets look to win the ball high, but Clarendon escaped with it.
Yeah, it was fantastic work. I believe it was Petgrave on that far side, and he's actually won a free kick as well. He's gone down for his troubles. It was a couple of heavy challenges. He should be okay to continue as he's helped to his feet by Sterling. And Clarendon College take the free kick quickly. Petgrave had barely recovered, but they once again try and go long, try and go direct. Stets to win the second ball eventually, and now they get into the feet of Barnett, their captain. Lovely first touch, plays it infield. Now Kaim Lewis, couple step overs, and he wins a free kick right on the edge of the penalty box. It's going to be a yellow card here for Clarendon College and their number 4, Rashawn Sterling.
Yeah, really fast feet from Kaim Lewis. Couple of step overs, defender not necessarily knowing which direction he'll be going in. But what that has done is presented a very good opportunity for Stets from a set piece yet again. Obviously, I think we know who is going to be taking it. Barnett already taking claim of it. Does suit his left foot as well as Petgrave getting more assistance.
Yeah, still reeling from that earlier challenge. Didn't quite get the physios on when he'd initially gone down, but looks like it was maybe a bit more painful than we initially thought. This breaking play giving us an opportunity to look back at how both these teams entered this fixture. Confirmation of the yellow card for Clarendon College, who have, as I said earlier, had a much tougher road than Stets. Maybe not a tougher road, but their results have struggled for wins more than the hosts this afternoon. As the wall now being set up, and the last thing you want to do if you're Clarendon College is go behind at Stets, a team notoriously great at home, and a player here notoriously great over set pieces. DeAndre Barnett.
Last season scored one of the goals of the season from a free kick. Infamous dance celebration after it as well. You'll be hoping to repeat as Kaim Lewis also standing over this one.
Yeah, just having one or two discussions here. Equally dangerous options. It is actually going to be Lewis. And I tell you what, little Rodney wasn't too sure about that one because he was at full stretch.
Yeah, I think everyone expected it to be Barnett, that type of whip delivery or whip shot over the wall, bending back. It was actually Kaim Lewis going for a bit more power, striking it. It was close, Rodney was interested, but in the end he'll be grateful that that one whizzed over the top of his crossbar.
Yeah, Lewis looking for goal number 26 of his sparkling season. As the ball has been missed by Stetson, nearly got in behind there for Clarendon College, and so far Clarendon really struggling to build up, as that's fantastic play in the midfield. Initially by Justin McPherson, the pass wasn't as good, but luckily for Stets, we got a free kick nonetheless. As you look at it here, first he skipped away from one challenge.
He absolutely lost his defender there.
Yeah, and that's just a very dangerous bit of play. Flying challenge coming in. Alexi Perry right on the spot, expertly placed, and he awards a free kick to Stets, who have been in so far the better of the two teams, the better attacking product, and Barnett looking to loft one into the box once again. Cleared initially, and then free kick is won. Ball given away by Justin McPherson, and Clarendon College again are able to get some reprieve from the pressure.
And it has been quite a bit of pressure as well. Of course, we're mentioning the Da Costa Cup, but Manning Cup action also taking place today. 4 games also at the quarterfinal stage. The first game in the quarterfinals. Charlie Smith taking on Hydel High. That at Stadium East, part of a doubleheader where Excelsior will take on Jamaica College at 4:15. With the update there in the second half, Charlie Smith leading Hydel by 2-1. Charlie Smith, who shocked many people getting out of their round of 16 group, as Stets win another free kick.
Yeah, that's certainly got to be a yellow card, I think.
Barnett actually asking for it.
Alexi Perry decides otherwise.
Yeah, so Charlie Smith leading Hydel by 2-1 in that opener, in that group. That round, that quarter-final group, Charlie Smith, Hydel, Jamaica College, and Excelsior. The other group, Zone B, Calabar, Eltham, Stats, and Vauxhall, as Barnett comes up and levers this one, but didn't quite get the purchase. Now, of course, we have updates from the Da Costa Cup as well. Did mention that Christiana, they were visiting Dinthill in the quarterfinal, the opening game of their quarterfinal round. They're leading Dinthill at Dinthill by 1-0 in the first half.
Wow.
That's the same group as this one, Zone B. Already some unexpected, maybe, results early in. Clarendon looked to go forward, but Lewis, a part of the trio that won it back before a wayward pass.
And that would be an absolutely massive result in this group. Dinthill going into that game would have been most people's favorite. As I mentioned earlier, coached by Lenny Hyde, have had some very impressive results so far this season, and they've obviously opening the season they struggled a bit. New coach, new system, but they've grown very well into the season, as nearly a gorgeous passing behind and the clearance. So he took 2 bites at the cherry. They still haven't gotten it clear, Stets. Again, it's a trio of defenders, and that time they win the free kick. So speaking on Dinthill, they've grown into the season so well, found themselves in a good run of form. Bit of form that's gotten them into the quarterfinals, but trailing 1-0 at home to Christiana. Still a lot of football to play in that one, but if that result stays the way that it is already, the group can be flipped on its head, and we've seen so many surprising results, many would say, since the return of schoolboy football after the passage of Hurricane Melissa, that we have to consider and acknowledge that it's had a massive impact, as that game still underway in Dinthill. Throwing to Stets. Clarendon though win it back and now look for the switch over to this right side. Another good bit of defensive work done by Stets, because there's a lot of space to work with for Clarendon on that right side. But so far in this game, they haven't really come to play as an attacking force. Literally half an hour played.
Yeah, they really, I think, possibly have tried to muddy up the game a bit. A lot of fouls, a lot of breaking the momentum of Stets whenever they can. It's really been Stets, albeit most of their chances coming from set pieces, that have been forcing the issue as McPherson breaks away. I think he opted for the wrong pass here. That's going to be offside. Had a player free on the right hand side. I believe it was Newman. Another update from the DaCosta Cup in the other group containing Glenmuir and their opponents today. Glenmuir leading Kemshill by a goal to nil at Glenmuir. So if we're going by the notion that Stets and Glenmuir are the two at current, I would say maybe bookies' favourites to take home the DaCosta Cup. Glenmuir with a better start so far in the quarter-final round, as Clarendon with a nice turn there. That's going to be a foul and possibly a yellow card as well.
Yeah, Prince Perry over there trying to do the defensive work.
No yellow card actually going his way.
It's been a good battle over on that far side so far with Perry. Free kick.
The Clarendon surprisingly takes short. I think they'll use this opportunity to finally get something in the box. But they are advancing well.
Yeah, good bit of play, good bit of dribbling, but the cross was lacking. John Stedman came out, claimed it well, and looking immediately for the long ball over the top to Banton. But instead to win the second ball, it was McPherson again, who's been a powerhouse in the midfield thus far in this game. Another lovely back heel from Barnett, and then a ball over the top looking for Banton, and again, it's just that final ball, that crucial ball for Stets. Maybe sometimes it's a bit under hit, sometimes that time just a little bit over hit. I have to assume at some point they're gonna turn the screw a bit. Another really strong but really fair challenge from Prince Perry.
They did mention the battle over there on that far side. Left hand side for Clarendon and the right hand side for Stets. As a Clarendon player is down.
And it was Perry and Jaime Senior renewing their battle, and player down for Clarendon College. It looks like Mayor Anderson. Thought I was supposed to do number 3, but nonetheless some treatment here. The Clarendon player on a breaking play. Had so many of those so far in this game.
Yeah, and that certainly will suit Clarendon College much more than Stets. For Stets, it's breaking their momentum, everything that they would try to do in open play. That's a big reason why most of the chances they have created have come from set pieces. Because Clarendon have, I would say, done a good job at managing the game so far.
As we're just now about to get play back underway. Resume with this Clarendon College throw-in. Anderson back to his feet, but has gone off. And another. I thought it was going to be a free kick, but it's actually a throw-in for Stets on that far side. They take it quickly, and it's going to come all the way through here. He's not got a lot of support here, Banton. Actually, now Banton on the ball, and he's going to strike it from distance, and that one, probably one of the easier saves little Rodney will have to make this afternoon.
Yeah, pretty comfortable. Clarendon looking to start an attack. Well defended in the end.
Yeah, they've tried to go direct most times in this first half as Barnett is on it again. But Stets so far, their defenders have won their area loose really well as McPherson looks for the cute interplay with Raheem White, but that time just a bit behind the marauding defender on Clarendon College. Will have a throw in here. See Justin McPherson pictured on screen there. Probably been alongside Barnett, one of the more impressive players this afternoon. Loves to pick up the ball and drive into space. Powerful dribbler.
Yeah, and has been showcasing that much more on this left-hand side since he switched with Newman.
Battle renewed on the touchline, and McPherson that time, I think he gave away the free kick against Orin Gale. Gale has stayed down here, feeling the effects of that challenge. He's now back to his feet.
Gingerly, one might say.
Javon Gordon's free kick. It's a lofty one, and the wind has actually, I think, caught it up. And that time, the header of Newman only found a Clarendon player, and now an opportunity for CC down this left side. Looking to stand up his man and then deliver the ball into the box. It's a very decent delivery, good defensive header, but Clarendon College still trying to find a way through this Stets defense that has been confident in their play so far. Again, they get it clear, and Banton that time just let it go out. I think he knew that it was their throw-in, which he takes quickly, but Alexi Perry saw that he was trying to steal a couple yards. Back on the way now, McPherson loses out. Big battle in the middle, and this time it's won by Clarendon College and won by Ronnie Rampasal. Now Clarendon College looking to spear one in behind. It's actually a decent ball. And a few times they've got some numbers on this breakaway, but Stets now getting bodies back behind the ball, and Clarendon forced backwards momentarily. Again, they try and get the ball into the feet of their attacker. Again, it's good defensive work from Stets. Now looking for that lofty through ball. And the second one has come to Barnett. Here's Banton, spearing it out wide. Good first touch, brilliant second touch. It's McPherson again, trying to get the ball into the middle. Appeals for a handball. Alexi Perry waves it off. Stets still with it though. Well, the offside flag raised against Clarendon College. Maybe an opportunity for an advantage that time, but referee pulls it back for the free kick, and Stets gets us back on the way.
Yes, Stets finally getting some momentum in their play. Some fluidity as well, as Barnett looks for a pass now and finds one.
And finds Lewis. Now out wide. An opportunity for me for a ball into the box. Instead, it's a lovely little ball in behind. Very well defended that time from Clarendon College. Stets will resume with a throw-in. Take you quickly. Here's Banton. Looking to drive towards the byline. And it's more very good Clarendon College defending.
Yeah, they're doing it by committee. Clarendon College. No long throw for Stets. Looking to get play back on the way quickly as another cross comes in, but Rodney claims well and tries to get Clarendon College going, but they've given it up.
Yeah, and it's actually going to be a free kick. That's really, really poor play, and you can't be doing that on the edge of your box. It was looked like Ronnie Rampasal got it early from his goalkeeper initially, and then just tried to beat his man.
Yeah, I think in these cases we have to remember that these players are young. It wasn't the best rollout, I would say, by Liddell Rodney. It didn't give Rampasal an opportunity to take that ball and turn and go forward, yes, but still think should have done better in that instance, trying to find some sort of positive play. And in the end, he's not only lost the ball, but also given up a free kick in an extremely dangerous area. Before we saw Kaim Lewis strike one, but this one I would be so surprised, considering the angle, considering the distance. If DeAndre Barnett is not seriously thinking about lining this one up, the Stets skipper.
Yeah, take two for Lewis and Barnett. The top scorer and the skipper, the left foot and the right foot. Who will it be this time? It is going to be Barnett! And it's a good save initially by Rodney. It's still in danger, and Stets can't turn it home. And Liddell Rodney celebrates.
They tried to go to the keeper's side there, Barnett. Perry was the first player to meet it, but instead of trying to shoot that goal, opted for a pass backwards. There's a free kick once more. Bounced right in front of the keeper as well. Always much more difficult to save those ones. So impressive from Rodney as corner kick comes in.
It's a lofty one, and Rodney got caught in the wind. I think it caught him out, but he did so well to recover and to punch it away. It's still with Clarendon College. Now they get it clear, and Rodney has stayed down, so Alexi Perry has stopped the game.
And you are right, I think that one certainly got caught in the wind. It seemed as if he was just going to travel calmly into the hands of Rodney at the back post. Well, that one got stuck in the wind, and it seemed as if for a second it was about to be an Olympico that we saw scoring directly from the corner kick, but Rodney with some cat-like reflexes dug that one out of his net, possibly right on the goal line. And Clarendon, it's been ropey, but they're surviving in this game.
Yeah, and it's really and truly been only about survival for them. John Stedman hasn't had much to do at all in goal for Stets. And little Rodney, with all the work he's had to do now, and he's feeling the effects of it, but as I said, he was at full stretch and he went down. I think he pointed to his back. And when the physio was coming on, looks like he's going to be okay to continue, as he was stretching a bit and now back to his feet.
Update from the Manning Cup. Eltham taking on St. Andrew Technical High School. It's a high scoring one, I must say. A 3 o'clock kickoff, inching towards halftime, and it's Eltham leading Stats by 2-1. Stats actually took the lead in that game, but Eltham have come from behind and now lead. One of those teams that many would say are overperforming.
And a mix-up at the back as Lynch looking to catch Clarendon College unawares. The drop ball was taken, and immediately he looked for that big ball over the top. And it's gone out for a Stets corner kick as Rodney couldn't quite sort things out with his defender there.
And they have given another opportunity to Stets to get a delivery in the box.
Going to be another in-swing delivery. It's going to be McPherson. And it's a brilliant ball, and it was a free header. And you have to say, in that position, he really has to do better. Looked like Haim Lewis, I think. Rodney gets behind it, got it out. It's out for a Stets throw. And they really are looking to put the pressure on as we take over towards halftime. McPherson again, that time winning another free kick against Orion Gale. He's done that so well, so often in this first half.
And he's been gifting opportunities the Stets to put these set pieces in the box. And it must be said, Clarendon haven't necessarily defended them at a high level.
And they have another opportunity to maybe rectify that as Raheem White set to take this free kick. And he takes it, looking for maybe a runner across the face of the box, but didn't get enough on that delivery. Clarendon College get it clear. Only as far as a Stets player, Dante Hewitt. Again, Stets looking to play the ball in behind the Clarendon College defensive line, but they still retained it. White again, lovely ball in behind. It's McPherson, skips away from one challenge and then another, and then a back heel to Barnett. This is good play here from Stets. Barnett's got support from Banton, looking to take on all comers, and he eventually wins the free kick.
Yeah, I think Clarendon bailed out Barnett there. You can see the hand of apology. Really shouldn't have done that much, and he is on a yellow card, so has to be careful.
Yeah, Rashawn Sterling. Barnett was pretty much driving himself into a corner, into the corner flag. And out of it, Stets have another free kick, and Raheem White has another opportunity to put some pressure on Liddell Rodney. White's free kick towards the back stick. Good, crucial header from Clarendon College. And then it's headed out of play. Another set piece for Stets, another corner kick.
Yeah, as we tick on to first half stoppage time.
Must be another in-swinger, 3 minutes. A minimum of 3 minutes stoppage time at the end of this first half. This time the corner is taken short. And it's a strike coming in from the edge. That maybe could have been turning at the back stick. It's still with Stets. It's McPherson. His shot is blocked. Clarendon College scrambling and eventually they get it clear. Stets looking to reload. Crucial intervention though from CC. And now maybe a chance for a last gasp counter-attack. That's really good work. Well, I thought it was good work. Alexi Perry, I think he pointed at his elbow that time. Didn't like the challenge from Jade Lynch. Clarendon College free kick.
Yeah, and the frustration for Stets continues to amplify. Clarendon doing just enough, I would say, to remain level in this game.
Now Clarendon College with a ball over the top, not been dealt with by White. Eventually he deals with it though. More good defending from this Stets back four, who have been very, very good all afternoon, and that time they passed too much for Justin McPherson. Clarendon College throw from this near side, looking down the line, and the throw goes right out of play. And Stets, you have to assume we'll try and engineer something else, but McPherson's gone down too easily, says Alexi Perry. And again, Clarendon College try and go quickly, but the pass is only to the feet of a Stets defender. This time it's Hewitt out wide now to Perry. His pass is poor. Things really sloppy at the moment, as you have just 1 minute left in this first half, and that time the pass too heavy for the runners, and Jonah Stedman can boot it away, but the offside flag was up against Clarendon College and against James Senior. So let's get it back on the way quickly, and it's another free kick. Foul against Newman, who takes it quickly. Barnett looking for the switch. It's blocked. Falls to a Stets player. Again they look to battle. Here's Banton. Back with DeAndre Barnett. Turning away from the challenge. He's been fouled there. Still has it. And Stets, as we've played the 3 minutes of added time, this is certainly the last opportunity of the first half, as Newman is still going. Got a play on the overlap. He cuts inside and looks to scoop it over the top. Prince Perry is there. And it was a lovely idea from Newman, but Clarendon College defend it well and they get it clear. And maybe it's one last chance for them. Alexi Perry hasn't quite blown for halftime yet. Clarendon College going in the wrong direction though. Now they spirit forward. Missed challenge from Stets, still with Clarendon College. Cutting it back, and then a good interception there from Stets. And that is the final crucial action of this first half. Alexi Perry blows the halftime whistle in what has been an intensely contested battle between these two massive teams, but nothing just yet by way of that final touch of quality. Halftime scoreline here from Stets. It's St. Elizabeth Technical 0, Clarendon College 0, and we'll be right back after this short break.
This is Jamaica's season for giving thanks for what matters. It's the time to show up, be there for each other, and to feed our hope for a brighter tomorrow. Celebrate being together with a KFC festive feast. Get the new festive 9 bucket, Proceeds from each festive feast purchase go towards hurricane relief. KFC is thinker licking good.
Come on now, ping pong chairs, choo-choos, amazing, taste so good. Feed your cravings, chocolate rich, you'll be craving more and more and more and more. Here comes the craze. Ping pong chairs and choo-choos, feed your cravings, you know you want to.
Now it's a party with ping pong. The Chris and Charles Merry Money Mania loan promotion. This Christmas, borrow big and win bigger. Get $1.5 million or $2 million in loans at special reduced rates, plus a chance to win your share of $1 million. And new customers get double entries. The promotion runs from October 15 and is now extended to January 30, 2026. Visit any Chris and Charles branch or chrisandcharles.com for details. Chris and Charles, making life merry again. Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Team, we need to pass the ball quicker, much quicker. And you need to make sure. I'm the coach. And I'm the assistant coach. No. Your job is to bring the water and keep us hydrated. Matter of fact, where's the water? I've got it, coach.
Yeah, man, this is Grams Morgan. I want you to keep watching CVM TV, be inspired, be informed, right? See it happen right here on CVM TV. Morgan Heritage till year 3000 and beyond. Grams Morgan say that. See it? Blessings.
Welcome back to CVM TV's live and exclusive coverage of the business end of the DaCosta Cup 2025 season. It's the quarterfinal stage and the halftime scoreline here from Stets. It's St. Elizabeth Technical 0, Clarendon College 0, and we're going to take you through the first half highlights. And Stets really and truly have been in command all half. And DeAndre Barnett has been at the forefront of things. That time a lovely ball in behind and the header just off target. Clarendon College all first half struggling to get out from their own half. Again, it was Barnett. This time a ball in behind and it just couldn't sort his feet out that time. Devilish free kick blasted towards goal by Kaim Lewis, and then Barnett with a second attempt, that time saved by Lidl Rodney. More set pieces came in for Stets. More good deliveries that time. Poor header from Lewis. It was a free header. And this time Stets looked to take the corner kick short. And a strike that maybe turned into a better cross eventually came out to McPherson. His shot was blocked. And Clarendon College able to smuggle things away. I mean, so far in this half, it's been all St. Elizabeth Technical. And we've got more coverage coming in from the ground shortly. You know, we've got Janae Robinson standing by with some halftime interviews.
With the fans. As I said earlier, this is a high stakes encounter and it means a lot for the parishes of Clarendon, of St. Elizabeth, and the whole entire West. And you know, I got the opportunity to talk to some of these fans, some loyal fans. I'm going to start with St. Elizabeth Technical because we are on your home soil. And of course, we're in the quarterfinal stage. This means a lot for the boys, but what does it mean for the fans to be able to see football back in the West?
Well, you know, St. Elizabeth, you know, over the years has produced some good footballers, you know, and it has been a feeder to many other clubs around Jamaica and to the only club that we have in the Premier League at this time. You know, Melissa has just passed, and you know, the devastation that occurred in St. Elizabeth, you know we're gonna take it. We're gonna take the trophy this year. You know, it will be a victory for the team and the citizen of St. Elizabeth.
I'm glad that you brought that up, but I have to go over to the Clarendon fans just for a second. He talked about St. Elizabeth having a rich history of footballers, but we know that Clarendon College, and we've seen it in recent times, the product and the talent that comes out of the school. Can you speak about the team this year and how pleased you are with them in reaching so far in the competition?
Yes, man. We're proud of the boys. They're very young, as you can see, a lot of 15 and 16-year-old. As a former Clarendon College student myself, I know a lot of them, so I'm just here to support them, and hopefully we can carry on and get the victory.
And I'm going to ask both of you, because support will be vital for the boys at this time, especially with the obvious circumstances. How much does the support mean, seeing probably some of your classmates, some of the younger boys that have gone to St. Elizabeth Technical come back and support the current boys?
Well, it has been overwhelming. I graduated in 1986, you know, and I was here after the hurricane to give them my support, and we have to support them financially and mentally, yes, because we know some of the players have gone through tragic circumstances over the hurricane. Yeah. So the support from the fans, you know, the old students, it is great and highly appreciated.
All right. Well, before we go, I'm going to go over here. And we were talking off air, and you were saying that in the pitch side, Giovanni Brady counted out Clarendon College completely. But you guys are here today. And this encounter is between you and St. Elizabeth Technical. So before we go, can you leave me with a prediction?
The prediction?
For today's match.
For today. Worst case scenario, a draw. Best case scenario, I'm predicting that we're just going to score one and going down the breeze now, because they had the opportunity going down the breeze. They didn't do it. We're going to use what they had. We call the breeze the 13th man, because there's two men going at us just now. Right. So we're going to use those two men and go at them. We're going to put one across their goal line.
All right, thank you. Very powerful words from the Clarendon College family. But let's hear your prediction.
Stet is not played in Lodi, so don't think of a draw. Right? And he's speaking of a one love, no Bob Marley. I am saying 2-1, State's going strong.
All right, well, you've heard it from the fans here first. It's very tense in the stadium, and the vibes is here. So it's almost as if Melissa didn't happen, right, fans? All right, well, we'll be back with more football after the break.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Where it all begins. The quest to become great. Inspired by those who went before them, these four boys dream of playing in the ISSA Schoolboy football competitions.
Will you score this for Casey? Will you score? It's a shot, it's a goal!
And it's a shot, and it's a goal! And Casey has won the Manning Cup, and they will play Clarendon College in the Olivia Shield.
All live them here! It's your boy, the Billboard Selector World. Boom! CVM! You see it happen! What more can I do?
Welcome back to the Costa Cup quarterfinal action on CVM TV. Halftime scoreline here at Stets is Stets 0, Clarendon College 0. Moments away from the second half, we're going to confirm those first half stats for you. And the stats really telling the story. No shots for Clarendon in that first half. 6 for Stets, 3 on target. It's been a foul-filled game. 2 yellow cards for Stets, none yet for Clarendon College. Stets also leading the way when it comes to corners and having the lion's share of possession thus far, 65 to 35. I mean, when you look at those stats, Leger, I mean, it's been such a one-sided contest in terms of the stat sheet, but has it been as one-sided on the pitch actually?
Yeah, I think so. I think Clarendon haven't offered too much from an attacking sense. They have tried, they have toiled away, they have defended well in most instances, but I think they really have struggled to impose themselves offensively against the Stets unit, and I think a lot of that is due to, I would say, Stets defending pretty well as they make a change to their defense. Surprisingly here, Perry making his way off, Lawrence making his way on, so a change at right back for the team that have been in the ascendancy. I think a big thing would be whether or not they can push on, get a goal in this second half. 3 points I think would be completely necessary for them to impose themselves in this quarterfinal round. It's really do or die at this stage. Yes, they can overcome a negative result, but it would make things so much more difficult, not only in this quarterfinal round to get to the semi-final, but also who they might face in that semi-final to even get to the Costa Cup final. So a good start, so important for the Stets team. Clarendon, a good start, important for them as well. Their next fixture against Clarendon College is shaping up to be a very important one. The last scoreline we heard, Christiana were leading Clarendon College by 1-0.
Christiana leading Dinthill.
Dinthill, I beg your pardon, by 1-0. So that Clarendon Dinthill game, we've seen them play out a very tight game so far. Let's see what they can offer next time. But let's focus on the second 45 minutes here in Santa Cruz at St. Elizabeth Technical High School. It's 0-0 after 45 minutes. We're certainly hoping for maybe a little bit more excitement in this second half.
Most definitely, and we've had a fair few very exciting games that we've had live, televised on CVM TV. Also had a couple that were maybe not as exciting. Last 0 that comes to mind was that Dinthill and Clarendon game, so hopefully Clarendon on this occasion can provide some goals But again, coming up against this Stets team, so filled with firepower, especially of Kaim Lewis and DeAndre Barnett. They'll be looking to step into the ascendancy more in the second half, but it's an early free kick for Clarendon College. Maybe an opportunity for their first shot of the game, and it's going to be Anthony Reed standing over this free kick, right on the touchline, right in front of the Clarendon bench. And that free kick not up to his standard, trying to win the ball back, and he does so really well. Good work rate shown, and now he's going to look to drive to the byline, and he's actually won the corner kick for Clarendon College. And again, an opportunity for them to start this second half better than they finished the first.
And set pieces could be such a key way for them to get back into things, or at least get into the swing of things from an offensive sense.
And we're looking towards the back stick. Confident goalkeeping from Janoy Stedman. Sprang to his back post. Good leap. Strong hands. Got it clear, but it's got to come all the way back through to Clarendon College's set players falling at the crucial moment. Substitute Lawrence. He's going to have to go to battle again. Clarendon gets past them, and what a save. Janoy Stedman, alert at his near post. It was good work down the byline. They pulled it back right on the edge of the 6-yard box, and the shot nearly crept in.
Yeah, massive chance for Clarendon. And it's clear that they've come out with much more of an attacking purpose in this second half. They've seen out the threat, and now they're trying to impose themselves. Such good work. That deflection helped them massively as the corner comes in, and better connection there, and they would have been in business, Clarendon.
Yeah, because there was a man free at the back stick. Just looked like he slightly misjudged the height of the ball. But Stets are off the hook. And it was the first time this afternoon that Stedman has had to work off a CC shot. And now maybe Stets time to work. Little Rodney again. It's a lovely ball in behind. It's Kyle Lewis. He's gone down. And the referee points to the spot. Penalty awarded to St. Elizabeth Technical. It was Kyle Lewis making that darting run in behind, taken down by the Clarendon College defender, and an opportunity for Stets to take the lead.
We didn't see too much of him in the first half, Kaim Lewis, but the man from Tobago finally burst in beyond that defensive line of Clarendon College, causing so much problems, taken down. This is a massive opportunity, and I think Liddell Rodney knows that as well. The mind game's already starting.
McPherson with the pass.
Yeah, and McPherson has been good so far. Yeah, did tug that shirt. And as soon as he felt that tug as well, he went to ground. Didn't prolong it whatsoever, and he's dusted himself off. And he's preparing to take this set piece, to take this penalty kick. Rodney playing mind games.
Yeah, the gamesmanship from Liddell Rodney. And Alexi Perry now having a word with him. And he's seeing this type of stuff at the very top level. Emmy Martin is very famous for it. Penalty stopper extraordinaire, but it Stets his main man, Kaim Lewis, against Liddell Rodney. Lewis takes his time and slots it home. Wrong foot's Liddell Rodney, and it's just the type of composure you'd expect from Stets' main man. 26 goals now on the season for Kaim Lewis, and it's St. Elizabeth Technical 1, Clarendon College 0.
I mean, what did you expect? He was bound to stamp his authority on this game in one way or another. Calmly taking penalty. Rodney tried to put him off as soon as it was given, but it was so comfortable from Kaim Lewis. That man once more, 26, the man from Tobago. And Lyle, I know you're a big Manchester United fan, and one of your most defining strikers of all time came from the island of Tobago in Dwight York. Could we be seeing the rise of yet another lethal striker from the land? He's already doing the business in the Da Costa Cup. Who knows how far he'll go?
Indeed, such a promising talent. Again, not too sure about Dwight York levels, but certainly has a chance to make it into the TNT national team setup, currently coached by Dwight York. And such a prolific goal scorer is Kaim Lewis. And Clarendon College, who, with the exception of their earlier chance, their first save of the game that Stedman had to make, they've struggled to make their mark as they get a ball into the box, and Stedman again, it's just such good proactive goalkeeping from him. But with now a goal down, a team that have struggled to create in this game, they have it all to do here. Again, they try and come forward. The pass isn't the best one. It hangs up in the air and it affords Stets the opportunity to come forward and make a challenge. Going to come for a Stets player once again, and that's just good physical play from Stets. And it's gone out for a goal kick to St. Elizabeth Technical.
Yeah, they've been pretty good at controlling things so far defensively. Stets, that man in goal, Stedman, has looked so assured as well whenever he's been called upon.
As Stets now will try and come forward, looking for the combination play down the left. They've got the underlapping run, and it's just behind the player who was making a very, very good dart. Still infield over Stets.
I believe it was Barnett trying to make that underlap, but the angle on the pass was inaccurate in the end. And I'm sure for many people watching this Stets team, it's pretty refreshing as I see their tactical approach to the game. Much more simple, none of this inverted fullback or deep lying this or that. It's simple, back four, two players in front of them, your number 10 doing all the heavy lifting creatively, and as he fouls his opposite number there. And then you have an attacker doing a lot of damage as well. 26 goals to his name. What an outstanding number. Of course, the Costa Cup has many goal scorers shooting for that 30-goal mark. Eccleston from Cedric Titus, albeit they're out of the competition. He currently has it at 29, the leading goal scorer, that is. Devontae Gordon, he's out of the competition as well, at 27. Clarendon try a shot from long range that's sailing over the bar. Orain Watson in the mid-20s also, but Kaim Lewis, the form he's in. We saw Kaim win the Golden Boot not too long ago for Clarendon College, 30+ goals. Could we have another Kaim winning the Da Costa Cup Golden Boot?
Yeah, certainly. Time still to go for Kaim Lewis. And there's time still to play in this game for Clarendon College to try and claw their way back into this game against this Stets team, as you expertly said. A very simple setup and nothing woke about this team at all. Clarendon College win this back and look to drive forward. Maybe trying to catch Stets unawares. Now it's on this far side. Good underlapping run again, and it's a heavy challenge, and it's going to be a free kick. And it's a free kick in a very dangerous area. The yellow card is out, as the challenge was just a very late one. Mistimed it, and the yellow card is shown to Dante Hewitt. And you look at position of this set piece for Clarendon College. Not in the most ideal position for a strike at goal. You want it maybe a bit more centrally. But they've got an option with the left, an option with the right. 3-man wall for Stets. And maybe an opportunity Clarendon College to test John Stedman. As I said, hasn't had too much to do, Stedman, but when he's been called upon, he's been reliable. Hale stands over this, so too does Petgrave. He's going to beat Dushan Petgrave, swings it towards the back stick, just got a bit too much under it that time. Dushan Petgrave, and for him, he's been one of their chief set piece takers this season. Had a lot of good work over set pieces in the DaCosta Cup, but so far today, it's been subpar for him, and he really has to take things up a notch. Clarendon College overall really have to take things up a notch if they're going to get anything from this game, but they've won it back in a dangerous area, and in a flash, just like that. That's how quickly things can change in football. It's one of their only real clear-cut chances of the game, and Rwani Rampasal, fortunate, yes, but he makes it Stets 1, Clarendon College 1.
Yeah, and with their first shot on target, really out of the blue, they have provided a shock here at St. Elizabeth Technical. Stets, they've been so comfortable, it's almost as if they've been lulled into a lackadaisical state, because what is that? And the team that has been controlling the game for so long failed to control that situation. And Clarendon College, a team that never lie down, a team that always have some sort of response. They've responded here in Santa Cruz, and out of nowhere, it's 1-1 between Stets and Clarendon College.
Yeah, it looked like Malachi McMaster, who had just really taken his eye off things. Exceptional pressure off the ball from Clarendon College. It fell to Rampasal, who, to be fair to him, it's a fantastic finish, made no mistake, because John Stedman was making himself big, coming out to try and save it. But I'll tell you what, as player down here for Stets. And it's a short break in play. But as I was just speaking about it, Stets have been in control, in command. Clarendon College providing so little threat, and in a flash, Stets just taking their eye off the ball at the crucial moment, gifting Clarendon College a foothold in this game. Because to be fair, it should have been Stets after that goal, going into the ascendancy, taking command. As we take another look at the situations that brought us both goals. Lovely ball in behind from McPherson. Lewis pulled down a penalty every day of the week. And when Kaim Lewis stepped up, despite the antics of Rodney, he slotted it home comfortably and confidently. But then, not long after, under very little pressure, they get it back to Stedman, plays it out wide. It is McMaster, and he just dallies on it. Good pressure from Clarendon College, and they're rewarded with a bit of luck that made it fall to Rampasal, and the finish was expertly taken from CC's number 14, Rwani Rampasal. And as we inch over onto the hour mark in this game, CC have themselves a lifeline. Here's Petgrave looking for a ball in behind. Now their tails are up and they're looking to drive to the byline. Good defending from Stets. Sliding challenge was perfectly timed, and now they hook it clear, but only as far as Reed. Stets still trying to get it clear, and now they have up towards Lewis, trying to hold it up. Clarendon College win it back momentarily. Lovely flick on, and now maybe a chance for Stets on the counter attack. Oh, and he's been taken down. Not too sure if he was the last man there. Free kick is given to Stets, and it is going to be a yellow card. I believe it was shown to Javon Gordon, the captain.
Yeah, took absolutely no chances as Stets were breaking away there. And once again, Stets showing that they have the capability to break beyond the last line of this Clarendon defense. That's how they won the penalty. And now they've forced another member of their backline into a yellow card challenge.
Yeah, Anderson booked. Rashawn Sterling was booked as well in that first half. He was one of the players covering, so it was vital that he wasn't the one that made the challenge. But guess who? It's Barnett and Lewis again over this free kick, this time a bit further out. But they both look just as intent on potentially challenging Liddell Rodney. Barnett has left it. It's going to be Kaim Lewis. It's a strike from distance that's blocked by Clarendon College. Now Stets have to try and get numbers back with Lewis. He does so well to win that back, and he skips away from the challenge, gets it out wide. It's Banton, and that's a really, really late challenge, but he's actually won the ball there. I thought for sure it would have been a foul, but he came away with the ball. Brilliant defending from Clarendon College. And now they look for the switch. It's a gorgeous pass in behind. And somehow Stets escape, and now McMaster can look to drive forward. End-to-end stuff at the moment. Another challenge coming in. Great clearance from Clarendon College. And we catch our breath as Stets will resume with a goal kick.
Yeah, and Clarendon certainly have their tail up now. They have been on the fringes of this game for most of it, but as soon as they got that goal, all of a sudden they have a little more bite in their challenges, a little more flavor in their attacks. And they're certainly worrying St. Elizabeth Technical High School much more than they would have in that first half.
And goals change games in a flash. And that goal going in, just giving Clarendon College the confidence that I might have been lacking in that first half. A long throw down towards Hales, cleared away by Stets. Only as far as a body in blue. And then played out of touch, and it's going to be another Clarendon College throw. Nair Anderson looking for another long throw. Gets it down the line. Headed more up than out by Stets. And Clarendon College can win the second ball and now look to come away with it. And the challenge coming in is a fair one, but it's conceded a corner kick. And some more defending for St. Elizabeth Technical to do now. Again, it's that man, Deshaun Petgrave, whose deliveries haven't quite found the mark so far this afternoon. Can he change things with this iteration? Petgrave's corner. Again, it doesn't beat the first man. Headed away by Stets. Oh, what a turn that is. And now they can look to come away on the counter-attack. It's a good ball in behind. And it's a lovely take from Lewis. He hasn't got much by way of support. And the recovery defending from Clarendon College was needed. And it was executed brilliantly. And now the offside flag, I believe, is up against Clarendon College.
But once again, immediately after they win the ball back, they're trying to find those passes in behind as quickly as possible.
And there certainly is danger when they try and play those through balls early. Clarendon College not exactly playing a high line, but they're not too deep either. And there is space in behind potentially for Stets to exploit, as we've seen so far in this game. And they've won it back again and again. They're looking for that early ball over the top. And it's a good bit of play here. It's Newman, pulls it back. Banton is in the box, and it's a fantastic recovery challenge again. And it's actually going to be a free kick against Banton as he just kicked through the back of Rashawn Sterling.
And that's certainly going to be painful for Sterling, but it was a necessary act to be done in that penalty area. Banton, I think, wanted much too long to get his shot off there. Gave the defender some time to recover. Oof. Yeah, that's certainly painful. And we've seen some of those instances where it has resulted in serious injury. So hopefully for Sterling it isn't anything too serious. But it wasn't actually the fact that Banton wanted too much time. On replay, we're seeing now that the first touch wasn't as crisp as it needed to be. It's always the finest margins in a game of football that can decide them.
Yeah, it has been the fine margins that have been defining so much of these games in the return of schoolboy football. And it was actually Evan Richardson who was doing some recovery defending that ended up going down injured after that brilliant tackle. And as things stand, it still is anybody's game. If you're just joining us, 2 second half goals first from Kaim Lewis and then from Rwani Rampasal have led us to this point so far. But up until that Rampasal goal for Clarendon College about 10 or so minutes ago, they were struggling in this game, massively struggling to create, struggling to get a foothold in the midfield. And they were really on the back foot for most of the game. Stets, I'd say on the whole, still have probably been the better team in this game, but CC have been growing into it and they've won it back again and they're looking for the ball in behind and the flick down header attempted. It wasn't on target. Here's Barnett. Tried to get the ball inside to Newman. The header needs to have enough on it and it did, just enough to get it back to Little Rodney as Roger Newman was putting on the press. Rodney goes long and it's going towards this Stets corner flag, and it's very good defending as the ball goes out for St. Elizabeth technical goal kick. And it's actually going to be a corner kick as the referee conferring with his assistant on the far side. And the fans in the stadium not too happy about it, but Clarendon College will have an opportunity here to get the ball into the box. The referee Perry seeing some support from his assistant and fourth official. And Clarendon College and their travelling support will be looking maybe at this as an opportunity to turn this game on its head. Stedman's been exceptional so far. He has more work to do here. Good ball into the box, but maybe not as good as initially thought because it doesn't beat the first man again for St. Elizabeth Technical.
Yo, Jagger,
Couple of substitutions actually taking place now. 2 for Clarendon College. Also 1 for Stets. Stewart making his way on for the home team.
Jaime Senior going off for Clarendon College, being replaced by Nicolai Forbes. And we will now see this corner kick taken. And again, it doesn't beat the first man, but it comes up to the edge of the box for Forbes. It's just come on. Angle for the shot was closed down brilliantly. And now Stets will look to break on the counter attack. They've got numbers. Initial pass wasn't as accurate as it needed to be. Clarendon College smuggled it clear. Now their ball over the top. Stedman wasn't too sure about it, the sun in his eyes, and in the end his defenders do well to put it away.
You might need to take a page out of Dean Henderson's book, get a cap on, because I don't think he saw that ball whatsoever as he was travelling towards him.
Yeah, and Dante Hewitt had to clean things up. Another corner kick for Clarendon College, and this time they look like they're going to take it short, but taking us all out. Corner kick swung in. This time it beats the first man, and it cannons off the crossbar. But I actually think Jonathan Stedman got his fingertips on it. And so does Alexi Perry because it's another corner kick that's been given.
Yeah, fantastic save from Steadman. Clarendon College, we said that they were deadly from set pieces. They didn't show that much in the first half, but in the second, they certainly have been worrying this Stets team.
As it's taken short and the ball to the back stick. It was hit with so much pace, but nobody there for Clarendon College. And referee seen a foul off the ball, so it's going to be a free kick. It's actually going to be a throw-in as the ball went out. The Stets resume with the throw. And they give it right back to the opposition on Clarendon College. And then Clarendon College proceed to give it right back to Stets. Steadman looks for the early long ball. Also a Stets player once again. Here's Lewis now shifting out to this right side. Going to be a Stets throw. And that throw, I think they give the player the benefit of the doubt and say that the wind might have taken that one out, and then it's another throw. Well, that throw didn't make its way into the field of play at all, so it's going to be a retake. We're now finally back on the way, and Stets have it once again. There's Banton. Looking for the ball into the feet of his attacker. Good touch there from Stewart. Tried to get it out wide to Lewis. Ball in behind. And somehow McPherson doesn't put that one on target.
Yeah, I was just about to say we haven't seen too much of DeAndre Barnett in this second half. And out of nowhere, he picks a peach of a pass to that back post. And McPherson, for the third time this game, has met a Barnett cross with his head. And the finish just has not been good enough. Stets, their first big chance in some time, they really should have taken it.
Indeed, a moment maybe for them to retake the lead of this game, but McPherson's header off target. It's with Banton once again. Clarendon College win it back. Now they're looking to drive away down this near side, but the ball has gone out there. Anthony Reed couldn't keep it in. Throwing for Stets. That's now playing it down the line. And then Barnett looking to play it over the top, and defending that had to be done because Kaim Lewis was lurking. It's defending that's done well by Clarendon College. Stets will resume with a throw-in. So there's a player down off the ball for Clarendon College. He's pointing to his ankle, so slight break in play here.
And with that break in play, we can update you on some scores. Well, a score at least. Cornwall College leading McGraw High at Cornwall College by 1-0. That's over in Group A in the quarterfinal. That group containing Cornwall, McGraw, Glenmuir, and Kempsey Glenmuir. Last we heard, they were leading Kempsey by 1-0 as well. Last we heard in Group B, which is this group containing Stets and Clarendon, as you can see, if you're just joining us, 1-1 after 75 minutes. Last we heard the other two teams, Dinthill and Christiana, that Christiana were leading Dinthill by 1-0 at Dinthill Technical. There's some interesting results in the Da Costa Cup. Glenmere actually leading by 2-0 now. Reliably informed by our producer. Our eyes and ears everywhere in this schoolboy football season. Stets need a little more than eyes and ears to get back into this game, as surprised that's not a foul. Seems as if there were two hands in the back there, but they will have a throw-in. At least get back the lead in this contest. The cross comes in from the substitute Lawrence.
And it's a looping cross. Little Rodney wasn't too sure about it, and offside flag is raised.
Yeah, I was about to say he's been bailed out by a foul, but it was actually an offside. And before I said that Stets need a goal to get back into the game, but that just seems how it is at the moment. It is 1-1, yes. Is it the end of the world, this result? Obviously not, but Stets having dominated the game, I would say, up to the 55th, the 57th minute when they would have scored their opening goal. Since they've allowed Clarendon, that mistake that allowed Clarendon to get back level, it almost seems as if Clarendon have been the team that has provided more danger. And I think from this point on, if they were to not go on and win this game, they would almost feel like it's a loss. They do have 2 home games in this group. I think they would have been banking on the fact that they would want to win those 2 home games and secure their passage to the semi-final. McPherson needing some treatment in the center circle.
Not yet.
So is a loss or a draw today detrimental to Stets? No. Not the end of the world, but it certainly isn't the way they would want to start this quarter-final round. We mentioned at the start of the broadcast as well that these 2 teams meet in massive games all the time, and it's been that way, especially I would say since the start of the 2010s in the Costa Cup and Ben Francis Cup action. Of course, Stets, they're a team that became synonymous with the Ben Francis Cup in the 2010s, winning 6 consecutive trophies between 2010 and 2015. But during that time, they still couldn't, I would say, at times get over the Clarendon College hoodoo. Maybe that's playing out today. If we go back to 2014, when Clarendon College outclassed Stets by 3-0 in the Da Costa Cup final. At the time, Clarendon were coached by the great Patrick Jackie Walters. Stets have won 2 Da Costa Cup titles since 2010. Let's even bring it back to 2009. They won that final 1-0 against Manchester, courtesy of Deshaun Brown. Brown, I beg your pardon. 2013, they beat Garvey Maceo by 4-1 to lift the Da Costa Cup as well. And of course, 2015, Dinthill by 1-0. The 5 Da Costa Cup titles overall for Stets. 7 Ben Francis Cup titles and 1 Olivia Shield where they beat Tivoli Gardens High. They're looking to get back to those lofty heights of winning the biggest trophies in rural area football, and a big step could be taken towards that here.
As they resume with the drop ball, and it's come to the edge of the box and a strike from distance. Easy enough for Lydia Rodney, as we just confirmed the 2 substitutions made by Clarendon College. Damian Sims has come on in place of the goal scorer, Rwani Rampasal, as well as Maria Thomas coming on in place of Lorraine Gale.
Kempsdale have half the deficit against Glenmere. 76 minutes gone in that contest, and it's now Glenmere 2, Kempsdale 1. There's also a 2-line result in the Manning Cup. Charlie Smith continuing their excellent form from the round of 16, beating Heidel by 2-1 to start their quarter-final round. Oh, how Stets would love a result like that in this game, as free kick won there, middle of the park.
Yeah, Jade Lynch going down that time. The next goal in this game, if there is to be a winner, you have to assume the next goal might just be the one that decides this game as they look for a quick ball over the top, and little Rodney made it his. Now he looks to go long. There's nobody really was on the same wavelength. Excuse me. For Clarendon College, and the ball has gone up for a step through. Deep inside their own half. Throwing it down the line. I want to flick it on, but only finding bodies in blue. Let's look to get it clear, but really and truly only leads to more Clarendon College potential here with an attack. It's good Stats defending, and again they do it by committee. A flying challenge coming in. Clarendon College nearly winning it back, and now they are back in possession, but Alexi Perry is actually going to present a red card here. It's a straight red. And you have to assume it was perhaps the severity, the recklessness of the challenge, with a red card shown to Clarendon College.
Yeah, it seemed innocuous at first. The reasoning behind that red card. I'm wondering if something would have happened off ball. There's a challenge there, but that's a major blow for the last 8 minutes plus. And I mean, I'm believing that he would have. Yeah, there it is. Stepped on the player. Tried to make it look innocuous, tried to make it look as if he wasn't paying attention, but I know that was on purpose. And he wasn't fooling the assistant or referee Alexi Perry there. At first I was very confused as to what could have happened, but thanks to our cameraman, thanks to our director, we see the angle. And Stets must have the wind beneath their sails now, although it's Clarendon who win this foul. It's going to be a yellow card going the way of Jade Lynch.
And the player sent off was Anthony Reed of Clarendon College. I mean, just under 7 minutes plus additional time to play here at Stets. They lost their 1 goal advantage, but now they've got a man advantage, St. Elizabeth Technical. Can they use that to try and turn 1 point into 3 in this opening match of the quarterfinals, this opening clash in Group B? But Clarendon College may still have something to say about it. Javon Gordon has a free kick just inside his own half.
Quick score update from the Manning Cup. Mentioned that Charlie Smith would have beaten Hydel by 2-1. The second game in that doubleheader has begun as Stedman punches that one clear and McPherson doubles down. Eltham still leading St. Andrew Technical High School by 3-1. That game is currently in the second half, but the second game in that doubleheader at the Stadium East Field, Jamaica College taking on Excelsior, a huge one. Early in that game, Jamaica College leading by 1-0.
Goals flying in wherever you look. Are we set to see a late goal here? Will there be a winner in this game? As Stets once again look to build an attack from this far side. Ball swung in the box, headed out by the captain Javon Gordon. Back in, but only as far as a body in blue, and now Stets can get it out to this right side. They look to keep it in with McPherson. He does really well to do so. Here's Lynch. Shifts it out to this left side. And now they're looking for the ball direct into the box, and it's a difficult ball to deal with, but the first touch was poor. The clearance is going to come all the way through to Stedman, whose first touch maybe just afforded an opportunity for Clarendon College to put some pressure on, but Stets are able to escape. Skipping away from a challenge there. Now the ball over to Javor Lawrence.
Somehow misplaced that pass. And you can tell how bad of a mistake that was. The fact that Omar Rambo Wedderburn stood up immediately as his right back misplaced that pass. Ball still not out of play. McPherson trying to show a little bit of strength, but let's just say that he might need to head back to the weight room.
Yeah, he did keep it in, but he lost out on that physical duel completely. Stets through. Here's Lynch once again. Gets the ball under a bit of pressure. Does well to evade that pressure, gets it back to McMaster. Looking to play the ball through the lines. He does so, but it's a loose pass. Now Clarendon College can look to spread things out to this right-hand side. Assistant's flag has stayed down. And they've got a man in the box here. It's a lovely first touch. He's just evaded him. And then McMaster, who took his eye off the ball initially, got very, very fortunate with the spin of the ball. It went straight into the arms of Stedman.
And ever since they conceded that goal as well, states that sure-footedness around the back has dissipated. Another score update into the Costa Cup. Dinthill and Christiana. Dinthill were trailing. Good news for Dinthill fans. It's now 1-1 in that game, late in that game. So currently speaking, all teams in Group B in the quarterfinals, both games currently locked at 1-1. Just makes the next two games even more enticing across the board.
Indeed, a reminder that the next game in this group for these sides sees Stets travel to Christiana and Dinthill host Clarendon College. And if the results stay as things stand, every single team in this group would head into that second match day locked at 1 point. Nothing to separate them at all, as every team would have scored one goal, as the clearance from Janoy Stedman came back off a Clarendon College player, and luckily for him, the ricochet took it out of play instead of into his own net. But Alexi Perry, Logan's whistle, I'm not too sure what for, but it will actually be a free kick for Stets instead of a goal kick. It might have just been a handball against the onrushing Clarendon College attacker. Nonetheless, Stedman goes long, header is flicked on, it's going to come back to McPherson, couldn't take it down. The ball is going to maybe go out of play here. Yes, it does. It's a throw-in right on the corner flag. Stets take it quickly. Back to McPherson. It's a lovely ball into the box. Clarendon College looking to hook things away. Only as far as Lynch. His first touch didn't have the adequate control on it. Clarendon unable to get it clear. Still with Stets though.
Trying to calmly play out, but again another mistake at the back. They've lost all composure, it must be said.
Oh, it's a lovely drop of the shoulder from Clarendon College. Maybe one more chance for them. Good battle on this near side. It's a battle that's won by Stets, and the substitute Javor Lawrence makes amends for his earlier mistake, and now they can look to spear things forward. Oh, the defenders let it bounce. It's falling to McPherson, and he couldn't turn it around the corner. For Barnett, I think it was. Stets hook it back upfield. Challenge off the ball. And the referee has stopped things for a head injury. And the Clarendon College player number 11 is going to need some treatment. That's Damian Sims. As we take another look at it. Both players going up in earnest for the challenge actually. Sims just, I think, trying to undercut Lynch that time, and he might have caught a stray elbow as we enter a minimum of 5 minutes of added time at the end of this game. It will be a bit more as Sims is down receiving treatment. But it's certainly been a game of two halves, as really in the first half and really up until that Clarendon College goal, it was all Stets took the lead from that penalty. But ever since Ronnie Rampasal's equaliser, Clarendon College have grown into this game. They've shown a lot more threat going forward, put Stets under pressure, forced a lot of mistakes at the back from Stets. And with just stoppage time to play, I'm sure Devon Anderson will be extremely pleased with how his side have improved as they went on in this game. And we're going to resume, it looks like, with a drop ball to Clarendon College.
Yeah, knowing Devon Anderson, he is a pragmatist. That's how he has set up his teams for quite some time now. Over in the Manning Cup when he made his name at Holy Trinity in the mid-2010s, and then with Heidel, he's a coach that, yes, he does prefer to have high levels of quality in his teams, and he has had that, but when he hasn't, it's all about how he can get the best of the team, and that usually leads to some pragmatism, not necessarily always seeing the best free-flowing football, but he certainly knows how to get results. He is a coach that, of course, is still searching for his first schoolboy football title at the under-19 level, but with unfancied teams, albeit Clarendon College not an unfancied team at all these days, but a team like Holy Trinity made it to the first ever Champions Cup final, lost that one to JC, 2 Manning Cup semi-finals as well with Holy Trinity, both lost to JC. Manning Cup final when he moved over to Heidel, lost that one to Mona, lost the Champions Cup semi in 2023 and 2024 to Clarendon and JC with Heidel. Manning Cup semi last season as well with Heidel, which he lost to KC. So he has been very good at getting his teams into the latter stages of competitions. Of course, searching for those final bit of inspirations and those final results to lift that title. But Clarendon saw him as the man to succeed Lenny Hyde. And he has already done what Lenny Hyde couldn't do last season, has brought this Clarendon team to the quarterfinal, competing against a heavily fancied States. Now with 10 men, a couple more minutes to hold on, or even possibly win it here.
As they won the ball back right on the halfway line, but the pass was poor. And it presents Stets the opportunity to come forward once again. Heavy challenge, but fair challenge, says Alexi Perry. Another CC clearance. Puts McMaster under some pressure. He hooks it away. Looking to win the second ball is Stets. And they've won it with McPherson hooking it forwards, and he's actually won the free kick. And we're certainly going to play a couple of extra minutes on top of the initial 5 added on.
Quick score update from the Manning Cup in the second half, deep in a game between Vauxhall and Calabar. Vauxhall have taken the lead in that game. They're leading by a 1-0. That game taking place at Winchester Park at St. George's College as Barnett floats this one in the box, but it's a Clarendon head who meets it.
Clearance only as far as a player in white. Stets looking to build potentially one last charge at the CC goal, trying to work it around this blue wall, but Clarendon College defending valiantly. The ball has come through though to a Stets player trying to hook it towards that back stick, cleared again by Clarendon College. This time they win the second ball, and this time maybe they can look to build a counter-attack. 3-on-4 here if they can work it well enough. And he's just left it behind as the Clarendon College attacker. Now Stets looking to drive it down line. That's a lovely ball in behind for McPherson, looking for the early switch, and he's just put too much on it, and Liddell Rodney comes out, claims it, and now gets it back into play. Played the initial 5 minutes of added time. Clarendon College trying to go direct, but it goes right back into the arms of Stedman. Steadman going long, and it's actually, well, we've had another pause in players. 2 players down for Clarendon College. One is their goalkeeper, Liddell Rodney. Substitution coming for Clarendon College. Justin Hales is going off. He's going to be replaced by Joshua Thomas. And both players still down for Clarendon College, and maybe at this point in the game, a bit more than just injury going into this one, because they would have known going away to Stets, it's a tough matchup. And as Leger said, Devon Anderson is a pragmatist, and if he'd presented him with 1 point before today, maybe he would have snatched the hand off for that point.
Yeah, he wouldn't admit it, and I think if we speak to him at the end of the game, he won't say that he came here for a draw, but I think most coaches coming here unfancied, Stets being one of the favourite teams in the Da Costa Cup, playing at their home venue in the quarter-final stage with 2 games to go against a Dinthill team and against a Christiana team, he would have penciled this game as the most difficult one out of the 3, I think. And to say, okay, if we can get a point here, especially how results are going elsewhere in the group with Dinthill and Christiana currently locked 1-1 as well, I think he still sees his Clarendon team in a very healthy position going forward for the rest of the quarter-final stage at least.
Yeah, most definitely. We've now played 97 minutes and we're still, I think, well, if I'm not too sure how the timekeeping is going from the referees, but we've played we've maybe had 2 minutes of the ball in play so far in extra time. So we'll still have more action here as the drop ball given to Steadman and he goes long, but Lawrence loses the ball in the sun. It's gone out for a Clarendon College throw, and yeah, you can tell now, in no real rush to get things back on the way, Clarendon College, but Petgrave does go long. Looking for the ball in behind. McMaster just loses the ball in the sky, and Clarendon College looking to drive to the byline. And the ball has gone out, well defended that time by Stets. And they look to get things underway there. The team that really wanted to go out and get the victory. But Alexi Perry has seen enough. In the end, it's honors even at St. Elizabeth Technical. In a battle that was intense, that was fiery. But in the end, a battle where neither team could go out and find that crucial winning goal. Full-time scoreline here in the first match of the Da Costa Cup quarterfinals with St. Elizabeth Technical 1, Clarendon College 1. We'll be right back after this break with full-time highlights and much more on CVM TV.
Season for giving thanks for what matters. It's the time to show up, be there for each other, and to feed our hope for a brighter tomorrow. Celebrate being together with a KFC festive feast. Get the new festive 9 bucket. Proceeds from each festive feast purchase go towards hurricane relief. KFC is finger licking good.
Come on now, ping pong chairs, choo-choos, amazing, taste so good. Feed your cravings, chocolate rich. You'll be craving more and more and more and more. Here comes the craze. Ping pong chairs and choo-choos. Feed your cravings, you know you want to.
Now it's a party with ping pong.
Team, we need to pass the ball quicker, much quicker. And you need to make sure you do. I'm the coach. And I'm the assistant coach. No. Your job is to bring the water and keep us hydrated. Matter of fact, where's the water? I've got it, coach.
Welcome back to St. Elizabeth Technical High School and CVM TV's live and exclusive coverage of the Da Costa Cup quarterfinals. This is the opening game of the quarterfinals and the full-time scoreline here at Stets. Red St. Elizabeth Technical 1, Clarendon College 1. Here are your full-time highlights of all the action as it happened. Stets really and truly for most of this game were the team in the ascendancy. Their captain Barnett early on providing much of the attacking threat with his passing. Here he won the ball back again, skipped away from a challenge, played a lovely ball over the top of the Clarendon College defense, but in the end they just couldn't really sort their feet out, get the strike on goal. Kaim Lewis with his first sight at goal from a set piece. He'll have another set piece later in the game. Barnett's free kick saved well by little Rodney, but it was just wave on wave of Stets pressure. Another corner kick, this time a free header for Lewis, and he really wants to do better with that one. Another corner kick, this time taken short. Strike was cleared away by Clarendon College. Fell to McPherson, who was fantastic all game, and his strike was blocked. And then more action now in the second half as Clarendon College were attacking with the wind in their back. Ball into the box, and Rampasal's shot was saved. At their first shot on target of the game, and in this crucial moment, McPherson's great ball in behind. Tug of the shirt from the CC defender. Lewis went down, penalty awarded. Lewis stepped up, penalty dispatched. Rodney tried to put him off, but Kaim Lewis bagged his 26th goal of the season, and from there we really thought it would have been all Stets. But from a Stets goal kick, playing it around the back, eventually played it to McMaster. He took a touch. He didn't even really take a touch. He just took too much time on it. And the deflected pass came back into the feet of Ruwani Rampasal. And he was able to level things up for Clarendon College. And it was a goal that really and truly came out of nothing. Stets tried to come back at them. Lovely ball over the top. Again, it was Barnett. Again, it was McPherson getting there. But his header was off target. And in the end, the stats not really telling the full story, but 1-1 in the end. 5 shots for Clarendon to 8 for Stets. A lot of fouls in this game. 4 yellow cards for Stets, 1 for Clarendon College, but crucially late in the game, that red card for Anthony Reid really affected things as we came to a close in this game. 6 offsides to 3 for Clarendon College, and Stets just edging possession 53 to 47. And we're going to go to the field with Jenny Robinson, who's got some full-time interviews.
And I'm joined by head coach of Clarendon College, Coach Devon Anderson. One of your fans said that this encounter may end in the scoreline of 1-1. But for you, how satisfied are you with the performance and the result?
I mean, I'm not satisfied because I came here to get 3 points and I got 1. But nevertheless, a point away from home, anybody that asks you, I mean, it is very good, you know.
Well, Coach, there were phases where St. Elizabeth Technical forced you to defend a little bit deeper. What adjustments do you think that the team needs to make for your next match?
We did make that adjustment. You know, we were first half, we were against the breeze. We realized that the long ball was continuously catching us, and we make our adjustment. You know, play to the second half, we somehow getting our game plan. You know, we able to, I mean, it was, as the viewers would have seen, I don't know if it was a penalty, yes or no, but it was called. I mean, and the boys dug deep and, you know, we came out with that goal.
Controversial games like these ones and in tight games like this as well, composure becomes key. I see that you have a relatively young squad. How proud of you are for your boys and how they managed these tense moments?
Very much proud of them. If you remember the pre-match interview,
yes,
I said I would went out there, I would go to war with these kids anytime, and it has proven again, you know. When we came in today, The fans know the song name Formula.
Yes.
So we were playing Formula coming here, and it's show, Formula show, you know. So we are here for real.
Well, let's see if Clarendon College does have the formula for the rest of the season. All the best, coach.
No say a word.
All right. And now we welcome the head coach of St. Elizabeth Technical, Coach Omar Wedderburn. Some people call him Rambo. I don't know why I'm not seeing a smile on his face today. But let's talk about the game, coach. Can you assess it for me, please?
Well, as I always say, always be competitive, Clarendon State's game. But I think today we give away this game, the way how the goal score on us. You know, we take the lead and then to give up a goal like that. But, you know, we have our next fighting day on Wednesday, so we just have to get this game behind me and then we think about the next game ahead.
I'm glad that you talk about that. Looking ahead to the next fixture, what will be the main focus in training after today's result?
Wednesday when we do our next interview, if we do our interview, I can tell you. But everything is set to Wednesday right now.
All right, coach, it seems as if your mentality is looking forward. But as for knockout level football, mentality is everything. How do you keep your players focused and sharp for the task ahead?
Well, I think everyone understands the competition and the phase that they reach now, because every game from now have final to it. You understand? So this is a quarter final round. 2 teams go through just the same. So we have to do what we have to do. So if we want to advance to the semi-final, we know what we have to do Wednesday. You know, so it's all choice making now. You know, the right choice at the right time at the right place. Then.
All right, coach. Let's see if you made the right choice. All the best for the rest of the season.
All right, big up on yourself.
Well, you heard it from both coaches. Certainly, Coach Anderson, the more happier of the two. Coach Wedderburn, not quite pleased with the outcome and how this game turned out. And now we're going to look at this game's top striker. And the top striker for this afternoon, presented by Bert's Auto Parts, is indeed Clarendon College's number 14, Rouhani Rampasal. Popped up with the big moment of the game for the visitors. It was the pressure that was telling. He was the one that initially put the pressure on the goalkeeper and the defender, and then his pressure told. Fortunate that the ball came straight to him, but you make your own luck in football, and he made no mistake with the finish. Nothing lucky about that. And your top striker for this afternoon, number 14 for Clarendon College, Rouhani Rampasal. And here are the standings. Firstly, in Group A, as things stand, Cornwall College lead the way on 3 points and plus 2 goal difference. Glenmuir High with their victory, also on 3 points. Kempsey and McGrath with it all to do. And thank you very much once again for joining us here for CVM TV's live and exclusive coverage of the DaCosta Cup. I've been Lyle Anthony Golding. Thank you as well to Leger Williams and Janae Robinson and everyone on the CVM TV crew. Keep it locked for more schoolboy football action as the season rolls on. That's it for us. Bye-bye for now.